Hey, so I'm gonna do a quick video now. We're playing against Zoro here. He plays multiple different characters, very good player. But I wanted to talk about the risk-reward system in NRS games because it's not just MK. It's looking like it's going to be in Injustice 2 as well. It was in Injustice 1. And why the risk-reward system is why Cyrax isn't competitive. So the risk-reward system in MK is just not right. If I was to sit down with a team of level-headed human beings and address the issues with MK to make it a competitive, balanced fighter, it would take me a day to patch most of the characters in the game to make them fair. But it's very clear from an NRS standpoint that they're not bothered about fair. They're just looking to have characters that are just easy to play. People just will stop moaning about their characters. Give me something strong. So you have strong versus strong instead of just what's fair versus what's fair. So what do I mean by that? So Kenshi here, for instance. Now Zoro will tell you yourself, he's extremely boring to play. I don't even think he wants to play Kenshi. But in terms of a competitive standpoint, and you want to be a competitive player, which Zoro is, you know, he competes all the time in the community cups. He does really, really well. He got top 4 at last major. You have to play this character, and then you have to play him in this way. So how does he play him? Well, he does a string into a random overhead or low special. Even if you block these specials, he just does EX armor. So you have to guess whether he's going to do that or not and steal his turn back. Do you block his EX armor? Yes, you do. He's still plus on block, and then he'll either go for a teleport again or reset his spacing and do whatever. So that's Kenshi in a nutshell. I've just told you the whole character, how easy it is to pick him up. It would take me ages to explain all the stuff with Cyrax. Literally with Kenshi, you can pick him up in a day and play him. There's no complexity, no mind games. He doesn't care if I block or not. So when he's doing these teleports here as well, trying to anti-air with uppercuts and stuff, he just comes down with an NJP, gets about 26% off it, ends with the little knockdown things we can run up and do yet another sort of string onto it into a mix where even if I block the mix correctly, it doesn't matter. So this, I mean, I'm not trying to rant here, I'm just trying to tell you exactly how it is. Possessed isn't the only character that does this. If you want to compete at a high level, your character needs to be able to do this. This is the meta of MK, and it's boring. It's really, really, really boring. What other characters do this? Well, there's quite a few. Let's have a look at, say for instance, Shinnok. Shinnok can do a very similar thing. He has pretty much unwhiffable strings in Bone Shaper, or an imposter he can just teleport onto your head. You then have to guess between lower overhead, and then you have to guess when the health spats come out whether he's going to meter burn it or not, if he's got meter. And the only time where he's really vulnerable is when he's not got meter, and in that sense, yeah, Shinnok's kind of fair in that degree, it's not too bad. But then he's got the bullshit of the imposter net and things like that. And it's just all amounts to not really hype gameplay, a little bit boring, a little bit predictable, you know, a little bit resident sleeper, as you call it. Tremor's another one. I've seen people go, oh, this guy's a good Tremor player. I'm like, how do you know? But how do you know if he's good at Tremor or not? They do the same thing. They do an obnoxious string into an unreactable lower overhead, or cancel into it again, or into a down one, or into a throw, and they just rinse repeat. They don't even have to respect their opponent's wake up game because they can put armor up and then just go ham again. How do you know? And all of it, the risk reward system involved is not there. The risk reward system doesn't exist. I block his low, and I'm fairly sure he goes straight back into forward one again, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it launches the full combo, and then like takes you all the way to the corner, hard knockdown. Anyway, overhead, yes, that's where you go. Okay, so the overhead you can get out. You can punish, but it's such a tight punish that it's kind of in the Tremor's favour that whether you're going to punish it or not. Yeah, it's punishable, but it's not super easy to punish, like Melina's ball roll or something like that. or Ermac's teleport, or Scorpion's teleport if he doesn't cancel it. There's too much stuff. It's far too easy in this game to just flowchart out, and it's so against the opponent to try and do anything about it. And that's one of the main issues, and it worries me because looking at Injustice 2 and looking at the beta, although it's better in some places, it's very clear that the balance team designing the game don't really give too much of a crap about what hype skillful play would look like. They just want interesting, cool character designs, moves, and play styles. Although there's nothing interesting about Possessed Kenshi. There's nothing interesting about what you're seeing here, guys. You can learn all this stuff in a day. Look at it. Like, yeah, I can jump over there and punish him, but that's a read. Because if he does the overhead or anything else, I'm screwed. Doesn't even have to do a special. I think he's like -1 or something back one. And I was looking at Atrocitus, and I was watching Madsen play Atrocitus and things like that. Madsen's hype as anything, you know, like, even he made Atrocitus hype, and it was fun to watch, but how long is it until it's Resident Sleeper watching an Atrocitus pull the cat out, do a string that goes all the way across the screen, and then insert random low here, keep safe with Dexter if they guess right, rinse, repeat the blender. It's boring. It's not super hype. I was watching the Topanga League with the top Street Fighter 5 players, which that's got its own problems. I've watched the community not too happy about that at the moment, but I was watching Momochi play Ken and stuff like that, and it's just incredible, like, to watch. It's magical, and I don't see magic when I'm watching any Possessed player play, any Tremor player play, any Raiden player play. I just don't. Any Liu Kang player, like, none of these are hype games to me. I see what they do, and I can see what the opponent's been up against, and I'm like, well, he guessed wrong, GG. And I don't think that's how it should be. There should be a good risk reward system in these games, and at the moment it's just not there. So where's Cyrax in all of this? Well, Cyrax doesn't, even on all of his setups, the risk reward is not there. There's no, in his best setups, there's no risk. There's no risks, although I suppose he is fully combo punishable if you do it right. But his neutral is not. I don't have a random overhead or low special I can throw into a random string and then, like, combo off of it, or just keep rinse and repeating. I don't have like a plus on block double hitting armor that's also overhead or low that puts them back into that situation. He doesn't have any of that, and you can't compete unless you have these tools. If I could do down one saw and then convert into a full bomb combo with, like, if I could do that, then spend the barometer to launch him into full bomb combo setups, I would be viable in tournament. Just do down one regular sort of check. Did it hit? Yep. Spend the barometer. Confirmed. Bang. 40%. That's what all the top Katanas players do. That's what all the top Hellfire players do. Hellfire doesn't even spend a bar. And that is the level that these characters are on. I don't know if you've played Devourer as well. That's ridiculous. Devourer's so strong. Jackie's another one in the corner. Here's an overhead into a safe on block special. If it hits, I get a full combo, like half the life gone. If it doesn't hit, who cares? I'm not punishable. There's one where they can do it into like low gunshot, and I swear to God she's plus. And it's like you've basically just hit me with like a hard to blockable and you're plus. And you didn't need a setup for it, you just ran up and did it. Like, that's where Jackie comes in. She's also got great zoning capable. Like, the up rocket's got no whiff. Like, this is why these characters are good. Her up rocket's got no whiff recovery, so she can just fire it out on a guess that you're going to jump. If you do jump, full combo into the corner. If you don't jump, that's it. And that's why she's good. Tanya's just an abomination of a character. It's literally just overheads and lows everywhere. guess this, guess that. Did you guess right? No, bang. Tanya's ridiculous, and I hate fighting against her. Again, the, the only saving grace of Tanya is the risk reward, because you can punish her if you guess right. My issue with Tanya, well, not on the pogo, you can't guess on the in Dragon Knight the overhead, because she's kind of safe on that. She does the low or the overhead, but nearly all her toolkit's overheads or lows in that Dragon Knight variation, and it's just like, it's just random. I don't know. I'm gonna call it there on that. The in regards to the game's super fun. If you're playing Cyrax, don't be too downhearted if you're losing to these things. Like, just think to yourself, look, I could easily dial a string in and put a random special in, and you know, and do well, or I could easily, just wake up, ball roll on everything, or just teleport everywhere as Raiden and things like that. These are things, and these are things that are going to stay in NRS games, but it doesn't stop Cyrax from not being fun. Like, he's super fun to play. It takes a lot of work, and the setups are super fun, and labbing him's super fun. So hopefully this characters like that in Injustice 2 as well. Hopefully that they can be a little bit stronger, but I don't want offense that's just skewed way too heavily in the offender. Like, it should only be where it's in your favor in the corner of a lot of characters, but in this game you can get away with it just anywhere on the screen with a lot of characters. They don't need the corner, like, to have like really strong offense. They just do it. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant for a bit. Hope you enjoyed the games. Hopefully it wasn't too distracting, but it was good fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.